Before going to the topic itself, please don't panic over this. Don't assume anyone or everyone is a cheater. This video is merely for raising awareness of this specific topic, and I also don't want this to be a video about targeting the users that have created, used, or shared these cheats. I hope with raising awareness, sim racing developers improve their software, and if you'd like to see more opinion videos, don't forget to leave a like and a sub. Sim racing doesn't seem to be rife with cheating, at least in my opinion. In reality, the first instance that I've ever heard of cheating in sim racing was back in April with the guy dubbed Franz Kawasaki. In that specific instance, the driving was using a tool that made him about 10 seconds faster per lap. It was obvious he was a cheater more than in the first glance. As soon as he appeared, this person disappeared into the ether of the internet, or at least I haven't heard of any other instance of him again. Jump to a few months later, the most public examples of cheating in sim racing came from a user dubbed Master Loser 15. During a few weeks of May and June, he was very prolific in creating chaos in Assetto Corsa Competizione's ranked servers. Of course, this example is even more obvious than the previous one, as the car had tremendous acceleration, top speed grip, and it was absolutely impervious to any other car, and it was able to ram everyone at his pleasure. Master Loser went then to Race Room to create the same exact brand of chaos he had done in Assetto Corsa Competizione, even picking a bone with the developers of Race Room. The latest example is quite recent, but this time done in iRacing. A Twitch user named Bruno do Carmo clipped the start of a 488 challenge fixed race where another iRacing user called Callum Cross 2 gained a quite substantial lead in the first laps of a Suzuka split.
Olha os S desse Cross, véi, na primeira volta. Olha o tanto que ele vai abrir de mim. Se ele acertar. E se eu não errar. Olha, mano, não dá pra entender, velho. Olha o tanto que sai de frente, o pneu é muito frio, ele é o único. Eu não sei o que esse cara faz. Ele parece que ele sai de pneu quente. Todas as corridas que eu fiz com ele foi...
In the video, Bruno is claiming that the cars have very cold tires from the start, as they are basically doing the first lap. This one is not totally obvious like the previous two examples, but something seemed kinda fishy. In a couple of corners, Callum's car is able to lead a gap of about 1 second or so, moving out of corner 7 in a way that I've never seen it happen, but this leaves you scratching more your head than claiming cheats altogether. The plot then thickens with the alleged cheater in question contacting SimRace 24/7, claiming that he was in fact cheating. You can read the article in the link in the description. The objective of this video isn't really to talk about why these particular cheaters, or any particular cheater for that matter, have done it, but rather the potential of these tools being used at while in a very specific way, and the company is doing very little to address it, at least that we can see it. While Callum's example was the less egregious of the ones we have talked about, it's the one that could have the most devastating effect in competitive online racing. It's not getting a tool that gives you Carmageddon level physics that really matters, it's using a tool to get just a little more power or just a little more grip. It's getting the tool correct to the point that you are just getting 1 or 2 tenths or even half a second per lap, because then these examples would slip between the cracks. It could be the case that everybody else would be saying, oh, he's just getting a good setup, or maybe had more training and that together will give you a little more oomph this week, while at the same time, it would cast general doubts in the validity of any driver, fast or slow, much like certain aimbots have done it in CSGO, for example. Sim racing is a niche. Because of that, I don't actually believe that most sim racing devs would even think that their titles would be targets for cheating tools. iRacing does have an anti-cheat, which I doubt it has any success in catching anyone at all these days. With the event of the lockdown and the rise of the sim racing esports, sim racing developers need to take cheating tools or exploits more seriously. As sim racing continues to expand, more and more of these cheats will be used, and the sim racing devs can't keep ignoring this new reality or expecting it to go away. A runaway tool could very easily destroy in days what took them years to build. Sim racing devs need to change how the security of their titles work if they aren't able to afford decent anti-cheat software. Personally, I don't think I've ever raced against a cheater, but then Callum's example showed that sometimes you just need a cheat to be on a very light mode. And I think at this point, cheating in sim racing is rare or even more uncommon than any other types of gaming in general. But that's my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.